Okay, another reason why I'm fighting so hard to build wealth is because at this point in my life, I don't want to do anything. What do I mean by that? And my husband's like, what do you mean you don't want to do anything? And I think I just really meant I don't want to have to do anything. I mean, I don't want to have to do anything in order to get money. Like, I just want my money to be able to make money for me while I lay in my bed. That's what I want to do. I don't want to have to do anything else. Why are you fighting so hard to build wealth? I am fighting to build wealth because I've seen many women in my life, whether they are related to me or not, many women in my life who needed a man to either provide for them fully or to provide half, right? And I never wanted to have to rely on a man or anybody to provide for me. And so that was the reason for me, like, pursuing all of these degrees and trying to move up the ladder and grow and build and move up. And, you know, that was the reason for me pushing myself so hard or driving myself so hard to be great and to, you know, achieve and to have that top salary to match. That was my reasoning. I am grateful that I do have a husband who is a provider and who is able to support me in the ways that I need, financially. But if he were not there, I feel confident that I would be able to do that for myself, right? So that basically stemmed from me feeling that way, stemmed from people that I've seen in my life who, you know, you grow up and you see things and you see that women sometimes need men. And there were people, family and friends who needed to be supported by a man. And my take was that I never wanted to be that individual. And so that is at the root of why I am fighting so hard to build wealth, right? I don't want to have to ever worry about my situation. I don't ever want to have to worry about my foundation or my core. And for me, the foundation or my core is my domestic life, right? It's my home life. I need everything in my house to be in decency and in order. I need everything in my house to be comfortable, to be secure, to just be good, right? And if I am financially stable, then I know that my foundation will also be stable, right? Have you ever seen all of those people running around, not really knowing what's going on in life, and or they just are scattered brain, or they just can't make it to places on time, or whatever the situation is about those people or those individuals? A lot of it has to do with like home life, right? I'm telling you, this is just my opinion. Obviously I don't have any data to back this, but if you do not have a strong foundation, a strong home life where people in your home are sane, that you have a safe place to go to, that you have your needs met, then you're probably gonna be a little bit of a cuckoo, right? And it doesn't always have to do with you. Maybe there are people in your home who are not safe, or meaning they are, maybe destructive or abusive or whatever. If people do not have a solid foundation where they live, then I'm telling you that they will not be all the way right. And it does not necessarily have to always do with them. It's not always necessarily their fault, but your home life gotta be good, right? And one way I view my home life to be good is if I can make sure that I can pay for it. I have to be able to pay for it. Or like I have to be able to ensure that everybody is in my house is healthy. So we have to be able to pay for medical insurance or ensure that people can go to the doctor. If somebody's not feeling well mentally, you have to make sure that they have the ability to see a therapist. Like, you have to have fresh fruits and vegetables. You have to have, like, in your home, you have to ensure that things are right. It has to be your sanctuary. It has to be your safe place. Because if not, no, the rest of your life ain't going to be right. And it doesn't always have to do with you per se. Sometimes it's somebody in your house that you might need to put out because they're making your home unsafe or they're making your home a wreck. You have to make sure that your home is good. You can't worry about where you live. That has to be good. And one way for me to ensure that that's good is to make sure that I have the finances to be able to cover it. Make sure that we'll always have a place to live. Make sure the people in it are safe. Make sure that they are well fed. Make sure that they have medical care. Make sure that they are protected. You got to make sure your house is good. That's why on my videos, you always hear me talk about making sure your needs are met. Because I'm telling you, if your needs aren't met, you're not going to be able to do a single thing else. You got to make sure that your needs are met. I want to be able to freely give to people in need, right? So this is another reason why I'm fighting to build wealth. I want to be able to give to people without counting the money that they're asking me for or expecting it back. There are people who are in need, and it's for whatever reason, right? Whether it's their fault or not even necessarily their fault, but a reason of their own or somebody else's situation that's causing them not to be financially stable. Either way, I want to be able to freely give, right? To people who authentically need it. And I don't want to have to worry about it. I don't want to have to expect it back. I don't want to have to count the coins as I'm taking them out my bank account and giving them to somebody else. I don't want that. So another reason why I'm fighting to build wealth is because, listen, I want to explore this world. I want to go where I want. I want to see all of the waterfalls in the world. I want to see the canyons. I want to see and visit beautiful places. I want to just enjoy the world that God has created. I want to do that. And one way that I can do that is by using money to explore the world as we know it to be. I want to just do that. Okay, another reason why I'm fighting so hard to build wealth is because at this point in my life, I don't want to do anything. What do I mean by that? And my husband's like, what do you mean you don't want to do anything? And I think I just really meant I don't want to have to do anything. I mean, I don't want to have to do anything in order to get money. Like, I just want my money to be able to make money for me while I lay in my bed. That's what I want to do. I don't want to have to do anything else. And like, I've always fought, and I've always tried to achieve, and I've always tried to um just grow and better my life and better myself. And I am tired of that. I'm tired of trying. I'm tired of trying to achieve. I'm tired of trying to build, grow, move forward, excel, learn. I just want to just be a bump on a log for a minute. Like, I've done that all my life. Um, since grade school, you getting A's, or you trying hard, or you cheerleading, color guard, whatever you could think of. Then you go to college, and you do the same thing where you're trying to just be great. And I'm telling you, I'm tired of trying, and I don't want to do it anymore. And so if I build wealth, this is my perception, or this is how I view it to be. If I have this wealth that I've built up, then it could just be making me money while I am doing the very least, because that's what I want to do at this point in my life. I want to do the least. And that's those are the reasons why I'm trying to build wealth. And so that should be enough. Even though there are probably about 50 more, that should be enough. Now, in your fight to build this wealth, do you feel like you are missing out? Okay, I am building wealth, and I do not feel like I'm missing out. I don't feel like I'm missing out. Okay. So at this point in my life, I am able to save 25% of my income. And I'm also able to have money where I freely spend. So I freely spend money the way that I want to, whether I'm taking my kids out. My kids, they are 13 and 15 and very rarely want to do anything with me anymore. That is another story, but we used to go to farms, go to the movies, hang out all the time, and all they want to do is nothing these days. But I'm missing that mom life. I'm missing that life where, you take your kids to the orchards, and you take your kids to the zoo, and I'm actually kind of like mourning that part of my life. And it's kind of sad, because even though I'm still close with my kids, that those things that we used to do, it was a big part of my life, right? And so I'm sorry. On track. Back on track. I don't feel like I'm missing out. I do what I want to do. And when I don't have the money, meaning all of my free spending money is done, then that's done to the next month. And then the next month, I go ahead and I do the things that I want to do. I go on vacations. How do I do that? I save up for them. Right? So I put money aside each month, and that could be a part of your savings, right? And that's how I'd make it. Like, I make it a part of my savings when it's time for me to start saving up for a trip. Or I do extra things. Like, I do notary work, or I am, or whatever. Like, I do extra things if I just want to quickly get money in order to go on vacation or do whatever it is. I don't feel like I'm missing out. And listen, I think that's in part what a husband is for as well. Like, if I can't do it, then I know he can, and he'll pick up the slack, right? And so Listen, okay? These husbands, they be out here for something, so they gotta help with something. And mine does. So he's great with ensuring that I'm not missing out. And so I never have to worry about that. I never have to worry about that. So, yeah. So do I feel like I'm missing out? The answer is no. The answer is no. And that's pretty much what it is.